Hi there. Well, here's another Embrace the Suck episode. It's, I guess you could call it leaking radiator. So, the other day I was parked out here. My wife's car is parked in there, so I had to pull my car over here. And I did that so she could get out. And then when I was leaving, normally I'd go through there, but I guess I was close to the stub and I hit the stub with the front of my car. It wasn't that hard, but it just kind of hit it. And then I was driving down. I drove about, I don't know, 5 miles. I don't know what it was, and the car started, running weird. Like it was, I guess when it gets hot, it starts to misfire or something. So something's happening. So I pulled over and it wouldn't start. But I was close to the auto mechanic that I usually go to. So I walked over there and he said, yeah, bring it on over. And I went back and it wouldn't start, and so I was waiting a while longer. I called tow truck. I called the AAA and they were going to come. And then finally it started, and I figured, well, let me see how far I can get. I go, at least I can get to the Starbucks. That's about a mile down the street, half a mile. And then I'd let it cool off there again and, just keep making my way home, letting it cool for a while. So I did that. I got to Starbucks. And then my wife came there and picked me up, and we went and did some stuff. And then I drove from Starbucks to Dunkin' Donuts, which was kind of a long stretch because it was, starting to get hot. And the meter didn't show hot, but I could hear the engine, didn't like it. So I don't know. Maybe there's not enough water in there for the meter to show hot. I don't know. So I really should have stopped earlier, but I stopped at Dunkin' Donuts. Then I went home and let it cool off completely, and then I drove the rest of the way home, and then I'm home now. So now we're going to check the radiator. I know it was leaking because I was putting water in there and I heard it draining out. And I just wanted to share something with you. I took this tire off so I could see better. I know it's leaking in there somewhere, so I'm going to try to look in there. And but I just wanted to share something. I took the tire off. I just jacked it up enough to where the tire would turn. But before that, I loosened the lug nuts. And then I stuck this lug nut underneath the tire so the tire would stay up high. So when I pulled it off, it would be like kind of easier to pull off. So that worked out pretty good. Just a thought. I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking things. So now we're going to check it. And I'm getting rid of that stump now. I've been cutting it for a while. It's good exercise with an axe. But now I tried to burn it a little bit this morning. But I got to get rid of this because you can't see it when you're in the car. But I thought for sure I was going to clear it, but I must have just brushed that. But when you look underneath here, you really push the bumper in. And I say this is bracing the suck because, all these things, if you look down in there, you see how it hit the, it looks like that's the cooler for the air conditioning. So I don't see the radiator. Maybe that's it right there. I don't know where it's leaking, but I know it hit mostly this coils. And I'm gonna try to figure out where. And then it pushed this bumper in. I don't know how I'm gonna get this out. It's pretty. There it is. I gotta maybe heat it up or something. Try heating it up and molding it back or something. I don't know. It was pretty big. I mean, when I hit it, I was just rolling slow, and it just kind of, but it pushed it in. So now what I did was I put some tape on here, and a little hole, so this would come out slow, because when I fill up the radiator, it just runs right out, It runs right out, and there's no way to tell where it's coming out, but I got an idea where it's coming out. And I had to take the tire off, because I did this before, and okay, I hope that's coming out. Going down. Hope the water's going down there. I don't know if it's. Might not be. Let me see. Yeah, it's going in slow enough. There it goes. All right, let's see. Let's look down here. See, it's leaking somewhere around here. See that? I don't know if it's leaking up above, but somewhere in there it's leaking. Kind of looks like it's coming down. So something. I wish it was a hose or something, you know what I mean? Something's broken in there. And I think it's from above. You see how it's running down from that black thing? Let me see if I can see something from this other end. Oh, wow. I don't know. Something broke in there. I was hoping it was a hose, but it doesn't look like it's a hose. Oh. Need to get a flashlight and kind of look in there and see if I see any damage, but I mean, it doesn't look like it's up high. It looks like something low hit it. It must have scraped or something. Let me see if I can see something from this view. I don't really know. I don't know. It's leaking from the right side. See how it's dripping from the right and going to the left and dripping down? So something over there on the right side is leaking. I have to get a flashlight. Look around there. Well, that's where we are right now. So it's kind of it sucks because, you know, I did it to myself. I should have been more careful. And I wasn't going that fast when I hit the stump, but I guess the momentum just got in there. But the good thing about this is, I don't know, it kind of got my mind off of everything else that I've been, you know, thinking about, and I had to step up and I had to figure out a way to get the car home. I could have got the towing, but you know, then you got to wait for them to come. That takes hours and stuff like that sometimes. You know, it's just easier to drive it. I wouldn't recommend driving a car without water, but you can do it. You just got to let it cool down. You can drive it for a little while, you know, maybe a half a mile or 2 miles. You know, not too much. Let it cool down for, you know, probably an hour, and then drive it another, you know, so many miles. I can't tell you how much for your car, but I was able to get this car home in basically 2 stops. I was able to get it home. Probably it would have been better to make it 3, just to be careful on the engine and everything. But I think I was okay. It does that. I've had that happen before, where it gets overheated and it starts misfiring, and, you know, because I had a leaky radiator for a while here now, or something's been leaking. I think it was actually it was the water pump, because I had that changed. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do about this. I got to get in there with a flashlight to try to find out where the leak is, and then see how I'm gonna fix it. But the good thing is, like I said, I had to step up. Everything I was kind of thinking about, you know, I just had to focus on this and get home. And I'm just thankful that I'm able to, God gives me those, you know, gave me the insight. Well, you could probably make it home. Just take a few stops, and the car will be okay, and you won't have to wait for a tow. And I'm glad in a way I'm glad I didn't take it to the mechanic. Last time I took it to the mechanic, it was just a water pump. It was a water pump, and that was like $500. And then I said, well, maybe I need new plugs, and they put new plugs and everything. That was another $200. So it was $700 for plugs and a water pump. And I know I could have done that myself. I don't know, you know, it's just a lot. They charge a lot, you know, and you get some satisfaction when you do work yourself. So anyway, that's where it's at. I'll do a follow-up on this once I figure out what the leak is. Who knows? I hope I can do it myself. It's a lot of work, I think, to take out the radiator, but you know, it's just one step at a time, and that's it. So I hope this inspires you to embrace the suck. It's just, you know, it's part of life. You know, it's going to be something, and you know, you just one minute at a time, and you just do it. And you know, I know it seems like, oh, it's the weirdest thing is, like, it kind of ended the plans for everything. It's like, well, those plans really didn't matter. It wasn't like I had to do all those things. Now I'm doing this, you know. So just a matter of you doing something or you're doing something else. Everything is good. So anyways, just we'll just keep going, and we'll keep trying. We'll keep trying to do what Jesus tells us to do, so we can be okay. That's the main thing in this world, is to try to live right, share peace with people. Peace be with you, and God bless you. And thanks for. I hope this helps you. Amen.